map in Tower Heroes?
Oh man, there's so many maps in the game that it's hard to pick. But I think one that I had a lot of fun with was the doors one, just because like just
Hmm.
going into the doors and like trying to like we didn't make everything for the doors one, but we had to like remake the map in a way where it would work for Tower Heroes because obviously there's a lot going on their end that
Hmm.
has that's built into their game. But like it was just fun to like remake it and like make it as like good as we can. And I think it looks really good. It turned out really well. And they were really impressed with it too. So that was really fun doing that. And like some of the more recent maps too have been just really fun to work on because I like a lot of my skills have improved since then, obviously, since like the start of Tower Heroes. So it's really fun to like see just how much I've improved with maps like Sweet Sunrise and Destiny's Dawn. Like those are look really good, and I'm so happy with how this have come out.
I love it. I love it. That's a good choice. A good choice and great question, Octopus. Let's see who else we can shout out. Let's see. Let's see. A lot of great questions in here. Okay. Let's see. We have a question from G2 Guy. Any news on Super Bloxy Hills? If so, is there a planned release date?
No news on it now. I would say it's probably it will come out. I know Smelly's passionate on having it released, so eventually it will come out, but it probably needs like a complete overhaul on like the entire game. Because I know
Hmm.
Smelly's not going to be happy with how it is as it is currently. I know that it's been a while. I know, but just know we haven't forgot about it. It will come out eventually, but I right now its focus is on Tower Heroes.
Hey, I'm not mad at that, and we'll stay tuned. Hope that answers your question. Let's see. We have another question from Ma Singh Kazai Sin says, "Congrats on 4 years." And second of all, what do you think of your team that you work with on a day-to-day basis?
Yes, so thank you. Today is the 4-year anniversary of Tower Heroes,
Let's
surprisingly.
go!
Yeah, we released our anniversary update, mini update, I guess. You can use the code to get a free sticker and all that. And there's a new weekly where you can get a free EDC item. I don't know if that's in stock still. I think it should be, but yeah, working with the team is fun. Like it's great to like have all these people to work with. Smelly is really great when it comes to coding stuff. Like a lot of it is just me and Smelly for the most
Mhm.
part, but we do have like collaborators that will come in, and that's always fun to work with them, especially when we make new maps and stuff. Like I know Spookiner's in the audience right now. You know, there's other people too, like Impwick. They're always great. Nuggets helped a lot with the game as well. Yeah, it's just really fun to work with them because there's a lot of cool ideas they're brought to the table.
Awesome, awesome. Well, speaking of codes, I'm gonna do a quick segue real quick. We got a bunch of UGC coming out, courtesy of our guy Hiloh here. So, I'm gonna do the first one really quick. If you guys direct your attention to the codes channel, we only got stock, only five stock of the survivalist sword, and I'll post the link on how you can redeem in the Pixelbit UGC codes game. So I'm gonna post that right now. And if you go there, there's only 5 codes. Just copy and paste it. You'll see them right there in the codes channel. Hopefully, the first 5 people listening, they will get it. Let me know if you got it. All right, let's get back to the AMA in the, in the chat. Um, what are your plans for the future? This is from Angel. What do you kind of foresee for yourself this year and beyond?
Yeah, so I mentioned this like before in the Discord server, is that we want to have a more of a focus on like normal updates because I know last year we had a lot of events, and I get why some people might be tired of those. Like I completely get it. And so this year we kind of want to focus more on like normal updates, and we've seen that with the Destiny's Dawn update. And
Hmm.
I know we did the roll day one technically this year, but there are plans for more normal updates. I know the Easter one's kind of eating up a lot of time right now, but the focus is supposed to be on normal updates. There's stuff being worked on in the background. I know that there's a couple maps that have been made for a while that we're gonna get out eventually.
Hmm. Awesome. Awesome. Another question we have from Epic Mation. is any hero you wish you could change the design of?
Beatrice. Yeah, Beatrice is probably the one hero that I'm not too happy with right now. I think from a design point and a gimmick, from its gimmick, it just needs improvement. I
Hmm.
talk about this a lot in the Discord as well. I'm just not happy with the hero or like the map. I know that there's been talks of like a remake for Honeycomb Heist and all that, and that is true. It was teased a while ago. It is being worked on, so that'll be out eventually.
All right, you heard it from the man himself, you know. Okay, great. Let's see. We have a question from Jared or Gerard. Excuse me if I pronounce that wrong, but they asked, "What is your favorite egg you made in this year's Tower Heroes Egg Hunt?"
That is such a good question. I
Great
There's
question.
so many that I love this year because last year's didn't have that many like good ones. But let me just pull up a list of them because there's so many. There's 25 eggs. The hunt's going on right now. If anyone hasn't played it yet, but man, I'd have to say, like, can I pick multiple? Because I really like the
Go
rock.
ahead.
I
This
love
is.
the rock egg, the power egg. I love the taco egg too. Wastelands is really cute.
Hmm.
Yeah, all those are really good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. And great question, Gerard, as well. Also, we're going to be bringing some people on the stage later. So if you really want to talk to us and ask your question verbally, I'll bring you on stage. You can just request to speak. I'm going through the chat. I'm about 147 questions behind. So just give me a moment to find my favorites. Let's see. Um, do you have like a favorite moment in the development of Tower Heroes? Was there any like specific moments like, oh, this is so cool, or when you were in the creation process?
I know I brought up the Doors event earlier, but I gotta like talk about it again. Like that, doing that was such a treat. Like I'm so happy that we were able to do that. And the devs for Doors, they're so nice. Like I came to them because they had followed me on Twitter and they were super down to do it. But just like that whole like time last year with Doors, just making the map, like the live event, we broke our
Hmm.
peak concurrence with Doors, and that was just crazy. Like I never thought like we'd get so far. But
That's
here
what's
we
up.
are. And there's Doors devs are still so cool to this day. Like we still talk to them and all that. But yeah, I'm super proud of that moment, and it was so crazy.
The fact that you guys got to do that is awesome. I mean, I love doors, so um, that's super cool. And I guess on that topic, we got another question about like, are there any other games, if you're allowed to say, are there any other games that you want to collab with, or you have plans to collab with?
There are plans. I will say that. I'm not gonna say which game it is, but there are stuff. There's stuff in the works. I will say that.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay. I
I
thought we.
love doing collabs. They're so fun to do. Like it's great. It's really cool to have like all these games come together under like one big game and just like show off like all the different styles and works of the community.
Mm-hmm. 100%. I love that. Let's see. Continue to send your questions in the Q&A questions channel. You guys are submitting some great stuff. What influenced the style, for Tower Heroes? Like, how did you guys come up with like just the overall look and feel of everything?
Yeah, so originally the game was supposed to be about Roblox toys because at the time, like I was really big on Roblox toys, and I thought it would be cool to make a tower defense game that had
Hmm.
Roblox toys as the towers. But we eventually realized that that wouldn't really work that well for us for what we wanted to do because each tower has a level, so the design would have to change, and there's no designs for that. So eventually we settled on doing custom characters, which isn't something you see too often on
Yeah.
Roblox games, at least back then. One of the biggest inspirations is Z Kevin. Like his work was super prominent back then, and I was a big fan of all his stuff. So like even in some of the early designs, you can see some of the inspiration there. And we were even able to do a collab with one of his games, so that's really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Very cool. Okay, brief intermission, everybody. Direct your attention to the codes channel. We got another 5 codes. We got the Wave Scarf. I'm about to post it in the chat. Only 5 of you guys can get it, but don't worry, we got a lot more UGC coming in the next 30 minutes throughout this presentation. So I click submit, and go to the same place, Pixelbit UGC codes to redeem. Let me know in the chat if you got the wave scarf. Only 5 unique codes available. All right, let's get back to it. Let's see. Continue to submit your questions in the chat here. Do you ever plan to expand the team for Pixelbit? I'm guessing this person is trying to shoot their shot. I don't know. But do you plan to expand at all?
Currently, there are no plans, unfortunately. It's been a question we've been asked so many times, and I do feel bad, like, having to, like, say that. But
Mm,
it, it's just me and Smelly as the main devs for the most part. Like, sometimes we do have collaborators that'll come in every now and then, but it is just me and Smelly, so we don't really have any plans. Yeah.
got you. Okay. Okay. Well, stay tuned if there's ever any expansions. But good question. We have a question from Doge King. What's happening with Hallway?
Ooh. It's if you don't know, Hallway was like part of a UGC event that I did last year.
Mhm.
It's like a story kind of. I guess it is. It's related to the lore of Tower Heroes and Pixelbit as a whole. So it focuses on that. It's about like a little bunny person that's like trapped.
Mhm.
I don't talk about the lore too much because it's kind of supposed to be a mystery. So
Uh-oh.
Doge King's trying to get some lore out of me, I guess. So I mean, chapter 2 planned. There will be a chapter 2 eventually. I know a lot of people like the first part, so that does make me happy to hear. It was kind of a passion project for me because it was the one-off like free UGC game. There are a lot of people that look back at that like really fondly, and that makes me happy. But yeah, there will see a chapter 2 of that. I will say I've already been planting the seeds around like Tower Heroes and other places. Destiny's Dawn has some stuff that might be related. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's a little hint, guys. Awesome. Great question, great answer as always. Let's see here. We have a question asking, how did you make Cart Kid?
So, Park Kid, it was like we needed a summoner tower, and I thought like obviously Mario Kart, like that's a big inspiration for it. Just like the
Hmm.
carts. Well, I mean, even some of the levels are similar to the carts from the game. But it was kind of just like we wanted like a little cutesy character. Like Tamagotchi was also another inspiration for that character. So we kind of just drew up stuff for it and eventually settled on that. Cart Kid did have an original name, like a different name besides Cart Kid, but we
Oh,
settled on
okay.
Cart Kid.
Got you. All right. Well, great answer. What we're gonna do again, guys, we're gonna do a brief intermission. We got some more UGC. Let's do the Voca party box. We got 5 codes for that. I'm gonna put it in the codes channel. All you gotta do is go to the link and paste it in there. So I just dropped that in the chat for everyone. And let me know in the chat if you were able to get the Voca party box. I want to see some screenshots, and we will get back to the Q&A. Cool. So we have 26 people who have requested to join the stage. I'm gonna go through the list real quick, see if I see any familiar names. Shout out to Doge King and Nuki. I saw your questions in the chat. I see you guys want to talk to us. But let me bring someone on stage. Make sure you ask appropriate questions to our guest of honor. I'm going to bring Arcturus Venari. I think I said that right. I like your profile picture of your dog.
I
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's an honor to meet the creator of this beautiful game. This game is my all-time favorite game on Roblox, and I wanted to ask, will there ever be any more like maps revolving around mythology, like Greek mythology, Roman mythology, or even Norse mythology with Valhalla?
Uh, I maybe probably I like we do a lot of maps on a lot of different things. I think Spookner is working on a map that might interest you, but we'll see. I don't know when that'll come out, but I think it
Okay.
might. in the line with what you're talking about.
A friend of mine in the community had that question as well, so I wanted to answer it from both of us. Shout
Great
out to
question.
her.
Shout out to her.
There's at least one other question I wanted to ask.
Go ahead.
Will it ever be possible for Destiny's Dawn to like not be as difficult? Like just I've struggled with the map. I pretty much broke the easy mode when it came to summoners and whatnot in Vault.
Oh,
Medium was medium, but hard mode I just have not been able to absolutely just win. The boss wasn't really the big deal. I feel like most of the enemies were a lot of spam. I feel like there were too many enemies spammed, but it still made the difficulty of it interesting. I love the beauty of it. It's so beautiful. I love the atmosphere.
thank
It's
you.
the tower, like 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 the spiral tower. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I've never seen. I love it.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any plans to nerf the map. I do know that there are strategies made by people online and stuff. I know that bringing like things like Dumpster Child or Maitake is probably a good idea, especially to take care of those ones that might like get past your main defense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
currently
the
there's no
TNT
plans to nerf
barrels,
it.
the barrels. Yep.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Well, we really appreciate you coming on stage and asking your question. I could tell you're a huge fan. I'm glad you got a chance to speak with Hiloh here, and we'll see you around in the community, okay?
You too. It's my honor. Have a good.
You as well.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great question. I'm gonna bring up one more person before I get back to the chat. Um, let's see here. Who wants to come on stage with us? Let's do Dracors. I think that's how you say your name. Dracors. I'm inviting you on stage. Going once, going twice. Okay. They didn't connect. Let's go with Nuki because you've been in the chat a lot asking great questions. So I'm gonna bring you on stage. How you doing?
Wow. I'm like, this is my dream, man. I'm doing great. I don't know what to say.
Great to have you.
Yeah. I was just wondering, like, I really like the Oddport comics, and I was wondering if, like, how did you find them, and why did you collab with them?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of funny how that even happened. Degna actually, I think he replied to like one of my tweets just asking the collab as a joke. I was like, yeah, no, sure, I'll do it. And so we just did it. And then yeah, because I'd been familiar with his work before, because he's kind of part of that like Z Kevin friend group. So
Mhm.
like I'd known about Oddport and his characters. So when he asked me, I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Wow. Well, that is a story. Yeah, thank you so much. It's like literally my dream.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh my gosh, I'm a huge Tower Heroes fan. Wow.
Well, I'm glad we got to bring you on the stage. You got
Yeah.
a question. You've been great. I've been seeing your questions in the chat. So hope
Mhm.
you continue to enjoy the game and glad you got to have a chance to come up here.
Oh, and by the way, just what's your favorite tower?
It's probably Bite or Nuki.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Take
no
care.
problem.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that. Awesome. You got a big fan club. How's that feel?
Yeah, it's great. Like I do appreciate like everyone, like all my fans. It's crazy.
Crazy. It must feel great. And with that being the case, let's go ahead and just drop some more UGC. So everyone direct your attention to the codes channel really quick. We got 10 items, 10 codes for the Dumpster Child Waste Buddy. I just posted the codes in there. You guys know the drill. You can copy and paste it and go to the UGC codes game that Pixelbit has for us here. And that's what is that? the fourth one that we've dropped today. Yeah, so we got a couple more, so stay tuned for that. And let's see, let's bring up one more person on stage. You guys have been great. I'll get back to the chat in a second. Let's see, I'm going through the list of names. Who wants to jump on stage with us? I'm just looking at avatars at this point. You guys are, I got 6. Let's see. Let's bring up Warden. I like your avatar, so gonna give you a second. Hey, how you doing?
Oh my goodness. Hello. This is such a big honor to. It's so weird to meet Hilo. Though Hilo, I just gotta say, you are some of the reason of how I got into the tower defense genre. The first ever tower defense game I saw was Tower Heroes, and it was such a big honor to like just play it. We saw that I saw Beetle for the first time. And I just gotta say, I love your work. I do truly do appreciate
Thank
you
you.
making Tower Heroes. I do have some questions, and one of them is, what are some feature, or do you have any ideas on reworks for towers that you might have?
Yeah, so Reworks for towers, it's probably Beatrice. I did mention it earlier, but yeah, I don't think there's any others besides Beatrice. It's just that the gimmick doesn't really work well for her, and I don't really care for the design at all. A lot of people
I think I
see
can
that
see
too.
that. Yeah, I must say I can kind of see that. A lot of the community doesn't have a big fan of Beatrice. Neither does some of Keith, but I mean, Keith
Oh yeah.
is actually pretty good. I will give you that highlight. I truly do appreciate you making Keith. But one big question I have, and this is when I discovered the Tower Heroes wiki. I remember going onto the Beatrice page and finding a scrapped concept for Beatrice. Do you think you'll be using that to rework Beatrice with?
Probably not. That's really old, and I feel like that concept would probably break the balancing of the game. If whatever we think of will be probably unique, like not really, because right now it's like kind of just Haze's attack. So if we do come up with like a new attack for Beatrice, it'll probably be something like unique, like Nuki, or something else.
Wow, that is really good to hear. And one last thing, what has got to be one of your favorite skins, if you've made one, that you have made?
Definitely the Nico skin. I know that's like a kind of an old skin, but I still love it so much because it just shocks me every time I see that because like I don't know how we managed to get that like collab, but it exists.
Well, well, thank
Awesome.
you for answering the questions. I truly do appreciate being on here. You guys have a fantastic day, really.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming up. We appreciate it.
No problem. You're welcome.
Awesome. Awesome. Great stuff. All right, guys and gals, we appreciate everyone for listening in and coming up on stage. We have some more UGC. And I'm going to paste it in the codes channel for everyone. This one is the biggest one from Hiloh for the day. It is the Byte box. We have 150 codes. So hopefully a lot of people here, get a chance to get it. And don't worry about the commas. There's some commas at the very end of each one. So just make sure you copy the actual letters and numbers, not the comma, and you can get the Byte box. So 150 stock. I'm posting it in the codes channel now. There it is. So just pick a code and hopefully it should work. and yeah, we appreciate Hiloh for giving us all these cool items. Perfect. All right, so that's in there. And I'm going to go back to the chat really quickly so I can see what else you guys have been sending us here in the chat. But before we do that, just a couple of questions I have for Hiloh as well. I saw a question earlier from someone that said, if you weren't, in Roblox or you weren't developing on Roblox, what would be something that you would be doing?
Oh, I I don't even know. I got into Roblox like so young that like it's never really crossed my mind. I guess I'd probably still be doing college or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just like, I don't know, like art, I guess, because I like to draw and stuff, and that was something that's always interested me in school. Just art,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, I'm glad you don't have to think about that because you got the perfect job right now. Awesome. Well, we have a question from Michael, Daily Drop Guy. He asked, I don't think we asked this question, but he's asking, what is your favorite mimic design?
Favorite mimic? It's probably the mimic bot, even though that's not really a mimic. There was supposed to be a Nuki mimic. I don't know if that'd be my favorite either. I don't know. I guess like the red and white Christmas one. That one's cool.
Yeah. Nice, nice. Okay. Let's see here. We have a question from Poppy because they keep pinging me. So shout out to you for getting my attention. They're asking, will you add YouTuber skins / stickers like Poogie Poo or Duck Adam?
I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. It's up to Smelly, not me.
All right. Well, hopefully Smelly is listening and wants to add those for Poppy here. But good question. Let's see. We have a question from CCD asking, "What's your favorite enemy?"
Favorite enemy? Probably Ice Cream Man. Just the little green ball guy holding the ice cream. It's a great enemy design. It really is.
I love that. I love that. Let's see here. A lot of questions, over 200 questions. They're asking we have another one from GTO guy. Will there be any more UGC contests in the future for the community?
I want to do more, but I don't know. Like, it was fun doing the last one, and I really liked the designs that people came up with. It's just a matter of like finding ways to give it out. Because if I do another one, I don't think it would be code related. I know the current ones are, so it'd probably be tied to the game somehow if we do. But I don't think I think there needs to be a cooler way to earn UGC and Tower Heroes.
Yeah.
Because I know that a lot of times it can be like pretty basic stuff. It's not like the worst thing ever to earn it, but a lot of it will go out of stock really fast, or it'll be, yeah, I don't know. So I do want to do more design contests. It's just a matter of finding reasons to do those.
True.
But yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And you might have mentioned this before, but maybe not like into detail. But Jared Spencer asked, like, how did you actually come up with the name Tower Heroes? Like, what was the inspiration behind that name?
I think it was just we were like brainstorming ideas, and I just mentioned like Tower Heroes, and I think Smelly was against it at first, but I kind of just kept calling it anyways, and so we eventually just made it called Tower Heroes.
Was there like another name that you guys were between, or was it always just like Tower Heroes? Were there other names out there that it could have been?
I don't think it was just hard to think of it because it's like, what do you call something like this? Like all these
right.
custom characters, just random character designs. It's not really military themed, it's not really medieval themes, so it was kind of hard to come up with a name. So once I found something, I kind of just stuck with it.
I love it. I love it. That's super smart. All right, let's get into a couple of fun questions. What is your favorite food?
Chicken sandwich.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Now, what's your favorite spot to get a chicken sandwich?
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we should be best friends. That's my favorite fast food place. That's my favorite fast food place. Awesome. That's a good choice. Okay, what is your favorite movie or TV show right now?
Favorite movies, I mean, I'd say it's kind of basic, but I mean, it's like Across the Spider-Verse, like the Spider-Verse trilogy, I guess.
That's a good
It's
choice.
really good. Like, I liked it even before the most recent one. It was my favorite.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, once they release the next one, Beyond the Spider-Verse, that might be one of the greatest
Yeah.
trilogies of all time. I don't know. It's the first two are amazing. The first two are amazing. Okay, cool. I just had to ask a couple of fun questions for the community. We have about 9 minutes until we release the remaining stock of the Sparkling Lantern. within the Walmart Discover experience. I'm going to say it first so that people who are listening get a advantage, I guess you can say, for sticking with us and listening to Hiloh. I think this has been an amazing Q&A, but just stay tuned for that code for the Sparkling Lantern. I know we have a lot of people also waiting on stage or waiting to get on the stage. We have about 40 people. I think this is honestly the most people we've had at once trying to get on stage. So Hiloh, you're pretty popular. Pretty popular. Let's see. Let's bring someone on stage here real quick before we release that UGC. Let's see. Let's do Erie or Airy. I'm not sure if I said that right, but I'm bringing you onto stage. 3, 2, 1. How are you doing? You might be on mute.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I wanted to ask if any other Game Passes will return, such as the ones you did back in the April, like Hero Battles and Gun Wizard.
So you're asking if like that will return like next year?
No, like skins like that, like Rain.
Oh, okay. So you're asking if we'll make any more Game Passes like that?
Yeah.
Maybe, because Lur's gonna get a Game Pass eventually, but I don't know if there's other ones will, like the Rain skin or like Spider Stella, all those. It's hard to say because like they kind of devalue them a bit. The reason we did it with the April Fool's stuff is because it's been a while and those skins have like a lot put into them, and they're also they were just for a one-off April Fool's thing. Like there wasn't really many people didn't have to put much effort to get those skins, so it was kind of fine bringing those back. Maybe more skins will come back though. I'm not too sure. I can't say for certain. Maybe some of the smaller ones will. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Great question. Appreciate you hopping on stage with us. Let's see who else we want to bring up here. Let's bring up Daily on Fort. I'm guessing you're on Fortnite Daily. That's my guess from your username.
Me too.
Hey, I don't blame you. Fortnite is the GOAT. How are you doing? Can you hear us? You're can you hear us? We can't hear you if you're speaking. Daily on Fort. Going once, going twice. Looks like their microphone may not be working. If it does work, let me know. I can bring you back up.
You might have been too busy on Fort.
You might have been too busy on Fort. I don't blame them, you know. It is what it is. Let's see. Let's do GTO guy. You have some great questions in the chat, so I'm gonna let you come up and say a question here on stage with us. GTO_guy. How you doing?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So, first of all, a great honor to meet you, Hiloh. I'm a huge fan. Like,
Thank you.
big fan. And my questions are, do you plan, like, is there any plans for, like, more reference-y type skin? So, like, for example, like a movie skin, like something based off of popular movie.
So like a reference skin, yeah, like the
Yeah.
skin that references like a certain film or something.
Yeah.
I don't like doing them just because it can get kind of risky with doing that stuff. Kind of wanted to stray away from them for a while. I know that there have been a few like pokes recently doing like references. I don't think there will be like blatant ones like anymore, but I don't know.
All right. And second question. For like, I guess merchandise. What do you have any like huge plans? Like besides like drop plushie and others. Like, is there any big plans?
I mean, if you're talking about like merchandise in stores, no, there's nothing there on that front. You mentioned it. We do have the drop plush, and there's also a Stella plush and a Lemonade Cat plush,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there's the little tip plush and the Nuki plush. Those are backpack clips, by the way, not full-on plushies. There's the pin sets. Both pin sets are coming out soon. Those will be out eventually. We also are restocking the cart kit and bite plushies, so those will be back very soon, probably sooner than the other ones. There's nothing. I don't think there's really anything after that though. I will say that there probably will be codes with things like the drop plush, the lemonade cat, and Stella. So yeah, it's the first time we're doing that. Roblox kind of updated their terms, so it kind of allows for that now. I think. It'll be like you get a code with the plush, and you go into the codes place and redeem it, and then you'll get a badge, and that badge will give you stuff in Tower Heroes. So that is something new that we're doing. I haven't really mentioned that anywhere, but we will be doing codes probably. Probably.
Well,
Stay
I'm
tuned.
looking forward to that. Yeah. And last question. Actually, I don't remember. Never mind. All right.
Okay.
Well,
So
we
I plan to add all the plushies you mentioned to my stockpile. All right.
that's great.
Thank
You
you.
gotta send the screenshot and pixel it.
I will. All right. Well, it was a great honor. Love your game. Play it on
Thank you.
almost a daily basis, and yeah, thank you so much.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, GTO guy. You know, we got about a couple minutes until we release the final UGC of the day, the Sparkling Lantern. If you're new here, we have UGC that you can redeem inside Walmart Discover. Just go to Roblox and go to Walmart Discovered, and we have a redeem code button in the top right hand corner. It's labeled ABX. You click it and you can type in the code for the UGC. We have 2,500 stock of the Sparkling Lantern. So, you know, stay tuned for that. I'll say the code to you guys before I paste it. That way, everyone who's listening, you know, gets a little bit of a head start. So, cool. Well, we got one more minute. Let's see. Let me see if I can do a quick question before I paste that into the chat. Let me go back to the questions. I know I'm way behind, but let's see here. Okay, back to the chat. If you were to bring back any scraped concept from Tower Heroes, what would it be?
So scrap content. There's not a lot of scrap content, I would say, but there's stuff that we're planning on bringing back already. Like, I won't say what it is, but
Oh,
there's something that was scrapped that will come back soon, very soon. So get ready for that, I guess.
get ready for that. All right. All right. Well, it is about that time. We are 45 minutes past the hour. I'm going to go ahead and say the code. The code is Hiloh. That's it. All caps Hiloh. If you're listening, go get your sparkling lantern. I had to make the code our guy here. So it's just HILOH. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to go in there and redeem. Ping me in the media channel or wherever if you got it. Give me some W's, some GG's in the chat. All right, 3, 2, 1. I'm posting it in the codes channel. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. It's out there. So appreciate everyone for listening and tuning in. The way we're going to end it is we're just going to, bring a couple more people up onto the stage, and then we'll close it out with your questions from the people that we bring up on stage. Once again, Hiloh, super appreciate you coming up and, taking some time with us. Obviously, everyone here has been excited to meet you and talk to you. So want to
It's
just,
been great. I've had a good time.
we might have to do a part 2. Let us know in the chat.
Maybe.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Should we do a part 2 with Hiloh? We would love to bring him back for another fun Q&A. So let me know. But let's see. I'm gonna bring up Alito. Alito, I'm gonna bring you up. I know you've been waiting for a while, so I'm gonna give you a second. How you doing?
Anyways, hey, I'm doing great. Great pleasure to be right here right now. Um, I adore the game. I fell in love with the instantly recognizable, adorable style of it, and yeah, I've been playing for quite a few years now. And I guess right now I wanted to ask if you could talk about what goes into creating the maps, for example, like how long it takes or something like that.
Yeah, sure. So building the map is the easy part. It's the other stuff that takes a while. So usually we'll come up with like an idea of like what type of map we want, like the theme. So like maybe it's like a swamp, maybe it's like the autumn theme, like Destiny's Dawn. So we'll come up with that, and then we'll just kind of just like think about how like we want it to look, and then we'll make the path for it, and then we'll usually just build around that, or maybe we'll do the building first. It kind of depends on the map. But those like making the map, like building it, it usually doesn't take too long, like 1 or 2 days, if anything. The hard part comes with like making the rewards and the enemies and all that stuff. Like making the skin rewards probably takes like the most amount of time just because it's like 5 different levels for each like skin and like it's 3 rewards. So like we gotta come up with like what the skin's gonna be, what hero it's gonna be for. We gotta all make all this stuff for it. The enemies are fun, but the skins are definitely kind of taxing. Making enemies isn't that bad. It's just doing the boss and like all the enemies. It's pretty fun, if anything. Yeah, that's usually like 1 map per update, maybe 2 sometimes. It just depends how much there is.
All right. Did
Okay,
you?
and I guess I had one more question, if that's okay.
Okay, go ahead. Did you? Yeah, go ahead if you want to ask it.
So, is there any hero submission or map submission from the community that has gotten your attention that you wanted to add to the game?
There's some maps that I've seen out there that are decent and we've considered adding. I know that there's been some people who have made fan submitted maps and they've come back to make more. Like that's happened multiple times. So there are some though that I've seen recently that are pretty good and I have considered them. I don't know if they'll get in, but I have like considered them and who knows, maybe they will.
Awesome. Well, that would be it for me. So, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming up. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
thank
up.
you.
Awesome. So let's do one more person and then we'll close this thing out. So whoever I pick will be the last person of the day to come up and speak to Hilo. Let's see who is the lucky individual. There's so many people. It's hard to. How do you pick? I know Daily on Fort. You tried to get on stage earlier. I see that you're trying to speak again, so I'm gonna give you another shot. Let's see if you took a break from Fortnite. Can you hear us? Oh no, they're still on Fortnite.
Oh,
It's okay. You gotta disconnect that Fortnite stream and that Fortnite headset and connect it to Discord. But it's all good. We'll read your message in the chat if you have a question. But I'm gonna move you back to the audience and move on to someone else. Let's go with. I'm just gonna have to pick someone. There's just no way of picking the right person. But let's do Lavance. I think I said that right. How are you doing?
Uh, Hi. Uh, so I've been thinking about if the rewards that you see stuff in hallway would God damn, would have a reward and reward on Tower Heroes.
so will the hallways for the stuff being awarded in hallway, like the badges, will that give something in Tower Heroes?
Yeah.
I've thought about it, but I think it makes more sense for the lore of the game to have it not award anything. I know that sounds weird, but it's a decision I kind of made. Like, I know there's been a lot of people asking to make like for you like a follower skin, but I don't think it fits well. If
Oh.
anything, I kind of regret making the UGC head because I don't think it fits well. Maybe you will see like stuff for the other characters though. Like I know the pawns are in hallway, so maybe there could be followers in there. I don't know though. We'll
Oh,
see.
and if you're making another crate, what would it be? What would it be?
I am making another crate. Uh, there's already 2 skins made for it. I can't give much on it,
I think.
obviously, but there is another crate being worked on. I don't know when that will be out though, but I
Oh,
am proud of the skins that have been made for it.
and uh, will there be a mimic for adventure mode?
Do people want a mimic for adventure mode?
I do. I'm just
Uh, probably not,
uh
because maybe if adventure mode gets finished, maybe. I know that it's kind of in a weird spot right now. It hasn't got really many updates in a while. I
uh
don't think Smelly's too happy with how it is right now. Maybe it'll get fixed and, changed entirely, but I'm not too sure about it. If it does, you might see a mimic. Maybe not though, because I know how people are about that. We'll see.
oh well. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Lavance, for coming up on stage and asking that question. I want to be respectful of our guests, but we have a lot of people who just really want to talk to Hilo. So, Hilo, you got a couple more minutes that you could spare
Yeah,
to
I can stay for a little bit longer.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see. Let me go back to the chat because I know you guys were pinging me about getting on stage because you really wanted to ask a question. Who was it that said they want to be on stage? Parky, is that you? You want to get on stage? All right, Parky. Let me find your name real quick. Parky, 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 Parky. There you are. All right, I'm bringing you on stage. How you doing, Parky?
Hello.
Hello.
Big honor. Thanks for having me on here.
Of
Um,
course.
uh, I I have like one question, and it's what's your favorite weekly you've made?
Oh. Well, I didn't make any of the weeklies, to be fair. Those are all Smelly's doing. I did help make one, like I made I helped make the Booker one from last year on Abandoned Alleyway.
All right.
But I would say my favorite I do like the remix one that's going on right now. I know it's kinda a lame answer because it's happening right now, but I do like that one a lot and how it changes the map as it goes on.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
Awesome. Great question, Parky.
Thank you.
Of course. We'll see you around in the community and thanks for hopping on. Let's do one more. JC, our guy JC. I know he has a question about doors, I believe. So welcome on. How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up?
Uh,
So, the question I have for you Brandon was right, it was regarding the doors map. I thought it was really cool how you put in the entire, like, it was like a little mini version of the library from Room 50. So, how was it actually done? Because I was just basically like, kind of kind of just doing my own thing, and then I said, "Ooh, there's actually like a figure. I gotta get that. It's high stock." So I just went for it, and it wasn't too. I like those kinds of UGCs where it's high stock, not too difficult to get. So I'm wondering how it actually came to be, like how, because I know you mentioned earlier how kind of like vaguely that it was possibly like, oh, you had to kind of do a few things in order for it to work. So how was it actually done?
So they sent us a lot of their assets when we did the collab, and one of those was the library, but we couldn't we couldn't just take the model and just scale it down to fit with Tower Heroes because it wouldn't fit well. So we kind of had to go in see what we needed to change, what we needed to remake. So a lot of the furniture you see on the doors, related content, is just the content, like the models from the game, because it doesn't really make much sense to remake that part. But in terms of the map itself, we made the roofs higher, I'm pretty sure, and we removed one entire layer of the bookshelves just to make it so the path wasn't too long. I know that during it too, it's not just entirely remade, or well, it is kind of the base parts, creating the map itself are we kind of meshed that out as we went on. So not all of it is remade from the ground up, but a lot of it is. Just so it would better fit Tower Heroes gameplay.
When I checked it out, I didn't notice any differences. It almost looks just like an exact mini replica, like a mini version of the actual library, which I thought was really neat. And I thought it was unique for like a tower, kind of like a tower defense kind of feel. I thought it was pretty cool to have a doors theme because I'm a pretty big fan of doors. So
yeah, we were really dedicated to making it as close as we could make it to the original game. Even on the adventure theme, all those stick to the door style. It's actually kind of funny because when we were making the doors, like when the doors map the library, like we would come across like small building errors in the actual game that we fixed in our version. So it was kind of funny to see that, like near the entrance where the enemies come out, like one of the lights in the main game is like unaligned. So it's not that big of a deal, obviously, but it was just kind of funny to see that.
But I also liked how the like to get the
I'm
egg
sorry,
was
JC.
very
I had to mute you real quick because you're.
okay.
I don't know if it's just me, but the mic was pretty loud for some people. So I don't know if you're able to kind of turn your mic down just a little bit, or maybe step away from the mic just a bit. But I'm gonna unmute you and let you close it on out.
Okay, thanks. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. I don't want it to. I don't want to basically like make it too loud. Okay. So. Yeah, I still thought it was really cool how you had the whole interaction, kind of like the way, like how you get the books and everything. I thought that was like really accurate, and it made the feel for the game very similar to the original, to like the Doors game. And I really enjoyed like playing it. Like even the difficulties, like for some people it may not be the easiest thing, but I thought it was kind of like a fun challenge. And it kind of made for like a really cool gameplay experience.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Like it made the most sense to do like that for the figure egg quest. Like we wanted to do a Doors theme egg, so we just decided to do like a figure egg, and then
So,
that quest made the most sense for it. So I think Smelly put it together really well.
did you like kind of come up with the maps as well, like the other maps?
What do you mean? Like
Was it
Doors?
like custom made? Like you imagined it, and then you just kind of like started from the ground up from that?
Like we thought of the egg. Like we wanted to do a Doors egg. So we made the map. The Doors map itself was added like last year with the Doors event and update. So like we already had a Doors map, so we wanted to do like a figure egg. So we added that to the map, and then Smelly made the objective for it because it made the most sense to do that book objective with the egg.
It's really awesome, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Was it staying in the game? Hopefully it does.
The egg objective will be leaving after the egg hunt, but the Doors map will and it has and will always stay in the game.
Yeah, I was just hoping it was actually the map itself was gonna stay.
Yeah, the map will stay.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I like your creativity there, and it's cool to see for like a Tower Heroes door theme. I just thought it's really cool.
Thanks.
Like I said, you don't really get that like anywhere. So for you to actually pull it off is something like incredibly amazing. You should definitely be proud of that.
We appreciate it, JC. Thanks for hopping on as always.
Of course.
You always give great questions. So
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and move on to a couple other people, and then we're going to let Hiloh go. But once again, thanks for hopping on with us.
For sure, Brandon. Have a good day, Hiloh. And to the rest of you in the audience, have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. All right. Great question. I'm going to do a couple quick hitters. You guys told me in the chat they'll be very quick. So let's keep it pretty quick as well. So I'm going to go with Mario, or I'm known as Mario. I know you've been waiting, and then I got another person after that. So how you doing?
Hello, and thank you so much. Hello, you are first up my favorite game of all games in Roblox. I played so much games and I played the test. I played every single game. I lost an account in the test, so I don't have the badge sadly. But I swear to you, I played every single update you unlocked. So I was about to ask a question. Right when you update the doors update for the first time, and to unlock Arduino, you had the text and the little chip, you had the text about the law. Will you make that more often in your challenges, or it will be just for special occasions?
The story stuff you mean with the dialogue?
Yeah.
We did do some of that recently with the little chip event, but it's not something that's because it's up to Smelly at the end of the day. Like I would love to do more of that, but it is up to Smelly. And I think we probably will. I don't expect it to be like super common, but I do want to do more of it, and I think Smelly mentioned doing more of it at some point. We'll see though. It is something that I think would help.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mario,
Have a
for
good day.
Of course. Appreciate you coming up. Thanks for your patience. I know you've been waiting. And we'll do one more from Kelly, because Kelly, I know you were waiting as well. So I'm going to let you come up and ask your question.
Thank you. So I have two questions for Hilo and one question for you, Brandon.
Okay.
So, for Hilo, the first question is, how do you feel with the person you're collaborating with? Like, is it exciting or?
It's fun. It's always fun to collab with people. Like especially with the Doors people. I know I keep mentioning them, but like they were so like active in like the development of the collab. Like we would always show them stuff and they'd be super hyped about it. Like we even talk to them to this day. Like I asked them if we could do the figure egg for the egg hunt and they were super on board with it. They joked about it too. So like it's fun to work with collaborators, especially when they're like that and they're active in the development of it.
Oh, that's interesting. And the second question is, what is your favorite season and why do you like this season? Like, is it winter or spring or fall or summer?
I think I like winter the most, although fall is pretty nice too. I like winter because it doesn't snow where I live, but it's nice out and I can wear whatever. Like I can just wear like a sweater or like pants. But it's also just like fun to see like all the Christmas stuff happening.
Mm. And for Brandon, what is your favorite game in Roblox? I'm just wondering why.
Walmart discovered, no.
I knew it.
No, besides Walmart discovered, let's see. I mean, I'm really into the classics, so I like Blade Ball, but I also really like Death Run as well. Like that's just a good game to play with friends. Doors as well is definitely a classic too. Um, yeah, but I would say those are like the ones on the top of my head. What's your favorite of all time?
Well, Blade Ball, Doors, Not Discovered, MM2, and Obbies.
Okay, nice.
Thank you for letting me on stage, by the way.
Of course, thank you for your patience and your questions for Hyla and me. Cool. All right. Well, I know it's impossible to get through all these questions, and people keep wanting to join the stage. So we might have to just do a part two in the future, whenever Hilo has time in his busy schedule. But make sure you guys join his community if you're not already in the Pixelbit community. If you're not already in the Tower Heroes community, make sure you continue to support him and all his updates and games. But Hilo, this was super fun. I hope you had fun as well, and
I did.
appreciate you.
It was really fun to answer all the questions here. I'd be fine to do it again. Maybe someday.
Yeah, we'll definitely connect and find another time to do this again. But all right, everyone. We hope everyone got some UGC today, whether it was from Walmart or from Hilo in the Pixelbit community. Let us know if you had fun today, if you got your questions answered, and yeah, stay tuned for more Q&As with other creators like Hilo. We do this every couple of weeks, and you know that we always give free UGC as well. So. We'll be seeing you guys in the community, in the Discord later on. But yeah, thanks once again, Hilo.
No problem.
All right. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, guys.